As soon as it works here, it's circling. All right, we're live here Sunday morning. I got the guys with me. Fatboy FadeAway Sports episode 217. Tyler, how we doing? You're about to say something before we jumped on?
No, just wondering if I forgot what I was going to say. To be honest, I'm excited
Bear
to be here
down.
though.
Bear down.
Bear
What
down,
you
baby. Tonight, let's beat those Ducks.
Was that a Pac-10 matchup here? No, it's fine.
Old school Luke Jackson versus Salim Stoudemire.
Luke Jackson. I like it. I like the knowledge there along the way. Casey, you got the Sonics hat, repping that. What's up? How you doing today?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Nice bright and early over here on the West Coast, but everything's good, man. Nice, good games actually yesterday. So
yeah, there were some good games yesterday. We'll get into that too. I got some. We'll actually hit on some baseball for it. Brian. I know you're a little more fired up for the baseball season this year.
Yeah, I want to show some more passion, like when I brought the clicker to Game 5.
That yes, we want to see some more. I'm interested in what you were saying about the A's. You think they might get to 90 wins?
I mean, not exactly. I just think they're going to be a surprise team this year. I think people are kind of like putting them lower than they should be.
So we'll get into that a little bit here in just a second as well. I always get amazed by the UFC stuff. I'm not a big UFC guy, but it's just like always amazing me every week they have a fight. Like every week, right? Isn't it every weekend they have a fight? I mean, I don't even know if it's a good fight. They just seem like they always have somebody. Tyler, you're more the guy in this realm, but is it true they have a fight every weekend in UFC?
It's about probably 7 out of 8 weekends every 2 months. They always take one weekend off, but it's a lot of fighting.
My God.
Speaking of the UFC, I was with George Foreman passing. Like, is the UFC going, like, all these Russian champions, are they in trouble at all? Like, you guys aren't the biggest fan, but I feel like I'm not intrigued by any of these Russian guys.
Well, it'd be obviously better if we had an American guy in there, it seems like, don't you?
But it's like everybody, every damn division is a Russian.
That's what they dominated. They dominated wrestling in the snow, and they practice it all the time. And they wear the maybe Putin has something that we don't know about. You gotta be ready for it, regardless.
Have unlimited vodka.
Unlimited vodka for everyone.
A lot of snow.
Although John Jones is still holding it down.
He is. John is still. Is he 40 yet? He's got to be close to 40. Your brother's in Reno, I saw.
Yes, he is.
Did Kyle make it out there too, or just Ryan?
No, he bailed. He bailed on him.
No, so he's by himself, or?
No, he went with a couple buddies from like golf and stuff.
Gotcha. He's out there, Reno. Hopefully, he's winning. Maybe you'll check out the podcast on the way home. So, hope you're doing good out there, Ryan. What's your biggest takeaway so far from the tournament?
Go ahead, Casey, go ahead.
One, it's terrible shooting sometimes. This game, it's kind of hard to watch. There's a lot of different things though. I love the passion that's played with the game. It's different. It's funny because I watched pretty much all the games yesterday, and then I watched the Warriors game. Man, the pace of play is so much different from the NBA to college. Everything's just ran through 20 seconds, 25 seconds, then get the most quality shot you can almost. And so it's a different style, different brand of basketball, which is intriguing. But there's not as many upsets this year. I mean, there's been a few, but I feel like the games are a little bit more competitive because I feel like when we were growing up, the one seeds would kill them by like 60, like 50. I know there's been a couple like 30 points, but it seems like the margin of like the discrepancy of talent is a lot closer than it has been. You can tell who's the more dominant team, but it's not like where it's 30-70 at half. So I don't know. That's kind of been my takeaway from it.
I feel like 10 years ago that kind of changed with that T.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think the biggest takeaway is NIL has killed the mid-major. Like all the good players who play for these smaller conferences now just go to the big conferences where they're going to get more exposure. So it really hurts them in this tourney. Like if you look at the teams left, it's like the known commodities like St. Mary's. There's a couple more.
And they're a 7 seed.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. They're like not the small schools like the McNeese States. I think that's gonna go away. I think it's gonna be a lot more top conference teams with NIL because they're the ones who have the money to pay the good players.
Yeah, I thought looking at some of the schools that are in it, like you said, it's been pretty chalk so far. Most of the teams that were supposed to win have won, but this is where it starts to get better. That second round, that Sweet 16 round, we start to get some good games with it. I was disappointed in St. John's though yesterday, Brian. They let me down. I had them winning the whole thing. The Red Storm, they let me down. Calipari, the Italians, he let me down. What was Calipari wearing? My God, it was like a picnic tablecloth yesterday with it. But
looked like Bear Bryant.
To me, that was the biggest. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I had them going farther than that, but that was a disappointing one. 10 over a 2. I mean, that's kind of that's an upset. Arkansas lost like 2 of their best players. I think Fland is back, but that one was kind of interesting to me. I really just miss Gus Johnson on some of these calls. I wish Gus was in one of these games. I know Kevin Harlan does it, but there's a couple. Ian Eagle's pretty good too, but little good old Gus would be there for some of these games as well. I know he does a lot of stuff now, but those are my little things. Any players standing out to you so far, Brian?
Before we move on, you're burying the lead in that St. John's game. Patino Benson's the Big East Player of the Year, who's struggling, but I don't know if it's like, oh, at least he has the balls to do that, or if it's like, what are you doing? Like, you have one game you have to win to move on in this tournament, and you're sitting your one good shooter who can make plays. I thought that was my biggest takeaway of that game.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
What's going to come out of it after? It all depends on how the kid handles it. Like if he's going to say, if he's going to transfer, then Patino looks like, oh, maybe I don't know.
He was 3 for 17.
Yeah, but he's the Big East Player of the Year. It's not like he's a
middling. How they feel about Chubbard or whatever that guy's shooting. He missed 16 straight shots. At some point, you got to stop shooting.
There is that too. And make plays for somebody else.
What Patino kind of.
I'm just not into college basketball anymore. Ever since the olden days when they had Grant Hill and stuff like that, it's like players just transfer or they go to the NBA too soon. To me, it's just I'm just not into that sport at all anymore. It's kind of like what Casey says at WrestleMania or the college basketball tournament. I feel like sending a GIF with Dave Bautista. Thumbs up for college basketball. Thumbs.
Even a 1-game elimination, though, Brian.
I'm just not into college basketball at all anymore.
It means you got to put money on it. It means you got to start betting on it.
We'll get into it then.
They don't care. You got to put some money on it. No, I hear what you're saying. I think we talked a lot about that leading up to the tournament. Is that's part of the reason that the regular season doesn't matter as much, but. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. You are still trying to figure out who some of these guys are. There's a transfer part of it too, but yeah, it's been a good tournament. There's been some good games, but I would say last night was definitely the best day so far. You had Michigan, Texas A&M, the BYU Wisconsin game. Wisconsin made a comeback there. Tarek's like, "What's a Mormon?" All right, let me Google this up real quick.
No fuck.
I says, "Is no Coca-Cola still a thing or caffeine? Is it still a thing for it?" So we were.
It's like that progressive commercial where the kid asks, "What's the economy?" and no one knows how to answer it.
No,
so he just says, "I'll just Google it."
That's part of it, exactly. Is there how are you feeling about Arizona, Oregon today?
Yeah, it's going to be a barn burner
tonight.
It's going to be a good game. It'll be competitive. I can see either team winning. I
know that, but come on, you're a bear down. What's the
that's how I see it. I mean, what do you mean? How I see it? I told you, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be close. I don't think they're going to blow them out.
I want Brian Confidence beater Tyler here. I want high confidence.
There's not high confidence. I've seen Caleb Love have bad games.
I want high confidence here with it.
I got Arizona winning it all, so I think they should probably pull that.
Hey, I can guarantee you if Caleb Love's 3 for 17, he'll still be in the game at the end of the game. At the end of the day.
Might be pissed about that.
The rest of the starters outside of Zypher were 4 for 22. Like it wasn't like they shot 28% and 9% from 3. The whole team sucked. It wasn't just one guy who couldn't shoot.
Did they say there was 90 missed shots in that game?
Well, Tyler
went 21 for 75, so they're getting near 90.
I think that
Offensive.
both teams combined for 90 minutes.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
That's a lot of minutes.
That's a ton. We got UConn, Florida. I guess that's the big question. Does Brian's Rip Hamilton Husky do they advance again in the tournament? That's to me the biggest question.
But that's what makes UConn so bad is that their coach is Bobby Hurley, who I hated back at Duke. So I don't know.
I think it's Dan Hurley. I think it's his brother.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know any of those Hurley brothers. I don't like them.
Bobby's at Arizona State, I think, or something like that.
Well, he is
and he's at Arizona State.
He is. I'll give you that, Brian. It's like, don't you know who the F I am?
So is it Bobby or Danny Hurley? I thought it was Danny Hurley at UConn and Bobby Hurley at Arizona State.
Whoever went to Duke is at Arizona State.
Bobby, yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah. So he's over there with it, and then so that was the game, and I'm kind of looking forward to if I was to pick a game. I don't see how St. Mary's. That's the only local team left. They're big. I always find it weird when your greatest advantage is rebounding. I'm like, I mean, it does matter, but like, you got to be able to. Alabama, they're gonna have to score. So I don't know if they can. If St. Mary's can score 70 points, so that's kind of my worry in a game like that. So
Alabama did look questionable.
That's also why I think they'll be better in this game because of that right there. So
it's weird. It's funny how there's certain teams that get in like Robert Morris or just known commodities, and I know they hadn't been in since like 2015, but it felt like every time I forget. There's certain moments we get older, but Robert Morris had this unreal point guard that led them. I think that's the. Didn't they beat? Was it Duke? I forget who it was. Robert Morris. They almost had it 15 versus 2, and it was just weird how certain teams and certain, like the coaches or whatever, that organization, they just seem to get their team players ready for that moment.
They match it up a little bit. They match up a little differently. They kind of find like a weakness in it, and then, like you said, there's a lot of misses. It comes down to offensive rebounding, foul trouble, a lot of this and this stuff. So we got day 4 today, and then we'll move on next weekend to the Sweet 16, Elite 8. Any final thoughts on the tournament there with the guys? Tyler, you a little nervous for the game, or you feel like is that where you're at with it?
No, I'm at ease with it. I think we should win. I think we're a better team. I think we have more size. We have great athletes. So do they. It's going to be a good game. Even when they were in the Pac-12 back then, they always play good games.
So that game starts at 6:40 our time.
Yes.
So that will be a late start. UCLA lost last night to Tennessee, so they're out in there as well. You mentioned George Foreman, though, passing away. Now, I would say none of us got to see him box. That would be maybe outside replays and stuff like that. But I remember him for the grill, of course. I do know that. I do remember him from the grill there, Brian. Like that was part of the deal with him.
I do remember when he boxed. Remember Tommy Morrison that one time?
Yeah, and he won the. This is him in his prime against Joe Frazier. I got it up here a little bit. I remember the big thing was what was the one that he lost to Ali though? The Rumble in the Jungle, right?
Yeah.
And everybody thought that Ali shouldn't fight because they thought George Foreman was going to kill him. I guess this video would prove why they thought that. But he was a big boy throwing some heavy hooks. But I always I don't know. He was kind of a figure in our growing up because of that grill. Did you guys not think that, or was it? What did you guys take away from it with him passing away? 2-time heavyweight champion, Olympic gold medal. I don't know. Definitely was a staple of somebody that was when we were growing up. Any thoughts of it?
I mean, I think we all loved him in Night at the Museum too when he was with Ben Stiller.
I don't even remember these things. I don't even remember that.
I know he was in that.
That's so good. I totally forgot about that. Well, here he is selling the grill. This is what probably our generation remembers.
This is my George Foreman family-sized grill that
No, it isn't. It's my George Foreman griddle that cooks pancakes.
No, it's my George Foreman bacon oven, and it's making pizza.
No. It's actually my omelet maker that makes delicious.
it isn't. It's a grill. Omelet
Calm
bacon
down,
oven.
guys. You're all right. It's my G5 with 5 removable cooking plates, so it makes all of your favorite foods, and it knocks out the fat.
Oh man, that's where our generation does good. The good old grill.
And we-
No,
and we
no,
can- we
no.
can- we can make a joke that grilled Michael Scott's foot too.
It did. You're right. From Office, I forgot about that. It did grill his foot.
I wonder if he got the inspiration from all of his kids. Be like, oh, we could have multiple Georges in this.
Yeah,
8
we could.
George kids. Everyone's George Foreman.
Everybody's George today. I don't know. Any thoughts on it, Case? Obviously, he was a little past our prime in terms of that, but any thoughts on the champ passing away?
No, I mean, he's definitely an iconic figure. When I saw it pop up, I was like, holy crap. I mean, obviously, our papa, mom's dad, he was a huge boxing fan. So I remember he would watch a lot of the HBO. So I do remember actually watching quite a few of like his fights, to be honest. It was he was obviously older at that time, but I just remember Papa. He was like, man, when he used to fight Ali, he was amazing. He's like, obviously he's got slower, but he was still, his power was just, it was undeniable. He was such a huge guy, but you can see even against Frazier, he kind of makes Frazier look small in there.
It makes him look really small.
And then, obviously the grill. I mean, dude, I don't know. I felt
Every college student
it
had
felt
that.
like everyone in the world had a grill. I mean, and the funny part is like, you'd make burgers and I'd be like happy but disappointed because like taking all the fat out of the burger and
You can put it back on like Hobie did. Drip it back on. That's what Hobie would do. Hobie would take it out and then drip it back on. That's what he said about the grill. my uncle. He'd be like, yeah, I love that thing. You just put it right back on at the end. You put it right back. Direct fat.
Gravy.
Like seasoning.
Exactly. No, you're right. He was iconic for sure with it. So that was some big news from the week. Tyler, any final thoughts on George?
He's also like one of those guys that changed his reputation. Like, because when he was a younger guy, he was like a quiet guy who most people didn't like. He was like considered the bad guy. And then like he got older, he fought Michael Moore, becomes the heavyweight champion of the world at the oldest at that time. I don't know if it's been passed.
46.
And then he does these grills, and he has this like real fun personality, and everybody like he has 100% approval rating before he passed away. Like no one was like, I don't like George Foreman. Like it was just one of those turnaround like in personalities and in his life. Like he was a grumpy guy when he was younger, and then he like turned into this fun-loving boxer who became beloved. And
He said the best.
Rest in peace.
Did you guys get a chance to watch that movie, Big George Foreman?
No,
I watched the
think
first half
that's
and kind of fell asleep.
Yeah, it was good. I thought it was good. It was kind of like what you're talking about, Tyler. Like, there's that moment when he just has a come in the G moment, basically, and it feels like that's kind of like when he got enlightened and changed his kind of like what you're saying, like just his demeanor and personality, and just changed how he saw the world. He was always angry, he said, and then he's like, I always had to use my fist to fight, and he was just a big kid, and he grew up super poor. So he made it really from the bottom to the top, and just man, just a true legend, a living legend. Was when we were, he just never knew it. So R.I.P. to George Foreman.
He said Ali's fight changed his life. The one he lost, he said that I think he became a minister after that. Even so, he obviously became dipped into his religion a little bit after that. So probably changed his thought process. That didn't have to be so violent with the stuff, but
he retired for quite a while, and then he came back.
Oh yeah,
you guys remember that? Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, no, he was. So yeah, rest in peace to Mr. Foreman there, 76, two-time world champ. Along the way there with it. So Brian, we had talked about it when we just started here. You've been texting me a little bit more about baseball. It does kind of get the blood boil. It does get me going a little bit when I hear Johnson talking a little. Brian knows how to talk to me. I like it. He's talked to me about the A's and winning maybe 80 games, saying that they got a chance, saying that I told him that maybe my passion is the same, but it has diminished a little bit because they're not in Oakland. That doesn't mean I'm not rooting for them, but we were having this good debate about how I like the Raiders, how I still like the Raiders. I said, well, I still like the Raiders, but it's still not the same, of course, as if they were in Oakland. It's just a little different for me. But I have the Giants getting second place. I have the A's finishing third in the division. I still think the Astros stay on top of that division. I know they're getting old. I don't know what they're going to do without Altuve and left field. Hopefully they throw that away soon. But They have that there. So I still like them. I'd say a third place finish from the A's would be a good spot for them. And they signed Butler, signed Rooker, biggest contract ever, Severino. But I got second and third for these teams right here. Where do you have them finishing, Brian?
I actually have the Texas Rangers winning the AL West, and then I have the
don't
A's
slurp
finishing
down.
in second place. Because I don't know, it's just the Houston Astros rotation is. I think they're going to be their downfall this year, and I just think the A's people were extremely underrating them. I mean, they rank the Cubs above them, and we play them a week from Monday. So I don't know. I'm starting to get more excitement for baseball. I got the MLB.TV package, so I'm gonna start watching some more A's and some more baseball. So
I am curious because the Oakland Coliseum is always known as a pitcher's park. I don't think the Sacramento one is, so that is going to be a little different for them. They usually always have.
I think that's the one thing that has me excited is I think the A's are going to have a really good offense this year.
Last year at the end, they were like one of the best teams the last 60 games. Their offense was ridiculous. Part of that had to be with Butler, who was just absolutely on fire. Was getting a hit almost every time he was up. So I don't know. Where do you think they finish, Case?
He'll probably finish first, knowing how it ends.
Go from Oakland.
Yeah, probably. No, that's usually how it ends up. So,
are you really going to be a Braves fan, Casey?
Thinking about it, I don't know. I just can't support John Fisher. The guy's just a douchebag.
That's the hard part.
It's just like after you leave, it's just like salt in the wound, man. It's like now you're signing 3 contracts that you never ever did in Oakland. Like the last time I was telling Darren that was, I think the last time they had someone that signed for over $70 million was Eric Chavez in 2002. So now they have 3 guys, I believe. So it's just, I don't know. It's just like an FU on the way out. So I'm not an A's fan anymore. I'll tell you that. So,
if they're in first place after 100 games, you won't be rooting for the A's.
But
I won't be rooting for them.
Like that's hard to believe. I think you'll be rooting for the A's. I don't blame you either. I think there's
a lot of people.
I think the Raiders are different to me because the way they did it was a little different. I don't know the way they left, and they had left before.
The A's basically kicked them out.
Yeah, it was just like, I don't know. John Fisher, I don't know. There's certain people in life, he just looks like someone you want to punch.
I mean, I'm with you. John Fisher
I guess coming from me, it's like I have so much history with the A's that I could never just turn my back on the franchise and walk away.
Well, they're just the Athletics now, Brian. Remember? They're not Oakland. They're not
Brian. I like telling Casey he's turning his back. You son of come on, Casey, turning your back on it.
I'm turning my back. Come on, don't even say that, Brian.
I remember we had some years after like '93 that were really bad, where there was a lot of fans that left, and we had like Todd Van Poppel and like bad players that like. This kind of reminds me of that just because we're leaving Oakland, but I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like this team kind of reminds me of the 2000 A's just because they're just, I think they're going to surprise people this year.
I think I'll always be an A's fan with it, but it'll be interesting as time goes on how I adjust to it a little bit, but we'll see how I'm not going to just be a Braves fan. Let's put it that way, or something like that. Or that I can't do. I mean, I like some of the players.
Maybe that's what I should bring home for Christmas is a tomahawk chop thing.
Bring it over in case I like it. Oh, yeah, we got to do that.
I would say though, I think for the Giants, I mean, the Dodgers are in first place, so. I think
they do look pretty unreal.
I think the Giants can. I don't know. I'll give them a wild card spot. I won't say
second or third. Come on,
the last third.
Third.
Whatever the last wild card is, that's what they're gonna get.
They finish in the division as well and that stuff. But I hear you. I have them second, Tyler. That was my hot take when I did the 7th inning stretch. Are you feeling as confident as I am?
No, they still don't have the hitting. Jung, who leaves out for a little bit, Their pitching will be good, which I do respect. They have depth at the starting pitchers. Their bullpen should be better. They just don't have a guy who changes games. Like, I mean, maybe one game a week they have a guy who might make a play that you're like, oh, there's we won that game because of this play. It just leaves a lot to be desired. I think the Dodgers obviously win the division. Then I think the Diamondbacks will be the second best team in this division. And I don't think it's close. Their starting pitching's loaded now that they have Burns, Gallen. Their fifth starters, Fatboy FadeAway's favorite pitcher, Brandon Fat. So like, I don't know. I like the Diamondbacks more. Giant. I need to see it before I'm going to believe in it.
I agree with Tyler. I think the Diamondbacks will be in second place too.
Is that because you're considering Arizona, Brian? Is that why? Is that what the love affair is there for it? Do you guys have a hot take?
No, I just think that they just have a better team than the Giants do. That's why.
We're this week on the 7th inning stretch. We're gonna do some MVP drafts. Like I'll do a little Cy Young draft. I'm also gonna do maybe take who's your favorite uniform type of draft. We'll have some fun Thursday on 7th inning stretch with it, getting ready for the season preview at that. Any hot take, Brian? Is Mike Trout back to MVP form with the Angels? Is that your hot take this year? What do you?
I think my hot take with the Angels is they're going to be right behind the Chicago White Sox as one of the worst teams in the league. So.
I could see Brian pulling up on a motorcycle again. From where I see it, I'll come back to Northern California when the Angels win the pennant.
That's not.
I think I'm going to drive by the stadium and put my middle finger in the air.
That's the spirit. That's what we want to see. That's the spirit. I like it.
The Angels in the outfield reference for those who didn't.
Yeah, I was going to say my list.
Well, I mean, their offense is going to be god awful. I don't know. I don't see it. The Angels winning a lot of games this year.
What's the total for the Dodgers? How many do they win?
150. No, like probably 100.
On the dot, 100. So the Braves get first.
No, Dodgers are going to win like 112.
That's incredible.
They're over.
There's going to be injuries.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. They have guys.
They are loaded. They're good.
They have an ace for every day.
So we have 100, 112. Johnson, what do you have?
I'm going to go 110 games.
I'll go 107. That's right.
Their over-under's 90. You guys are probably 95. You guys
no, their over-under for wins this year is 104.5.
Is it?
I think my bold prediction for the year is that the A's will have more wins than the Giants.
Da-da-da, da-da-da. I like it. Yeah,
go back to Cincinnati.
That's what I was going to say. My surprise pick is I have the Reds in the NLCS this year.
Wow. Spencer Steer just got hurt.
Go hang out with Doug.
They just lost Spencer. I just saw it on the they lost Mr. Steer. He's got a jersey of Spencer. So obviously that's where he's at.
Spencer for hire.
And then what was Tyler, we were just talking about the Rays when you were on Thursday. Then was it McClanahan goes down the very next for the Rays. So that would be interesting. You got the Rays and the A's both playing in minor league parks. So we'll see how that kind of goes this year.
The Marlins still can't draw more than them.
Well, I don't blame them. I mean, them and the Pirates. I mean, their ownership is just. I don't know. We've talked about it a lot. That's disgraceful. Some of that stuff, disgraceful. The effort they put into it. All right.
Quick trivia.
Yeah, give me the trivia. What would you rather?
The median ticket prices for all 30 teams. Who has the top 5 highest ticket prices this season?
Dodgers. I got to think one.
Number 2, Dodgers.
Yankees.
The A's are number 1.
The Yankees are not in it. The A's are number 1. $181 a ticket.
John.
How do you feel about John Fisher now, Darren?
It's idiotic. I mean, like I'd be curious if they're going to sell out.
I think it has to do with the minor league stadium and small amount of fans that can show up, so they can up the price.
Tyler, what is it? Cubs are in there?
No, number 3 is Tampa Bay. I'm assuming for the same reason. Less seats. Good
All
luck
right,
your prizes.
what's the crappiest stadium? Let me look it up real quick here. No, I'm just kidding. So you have the Dodgers, the A's, the Rays. So if you had top 5, the Red Sox in there,
Our number 5.
I would say. Tyler, what do you think about Craven Moorhead?
I think about Craven. I crave more every day. So I hope he's. I don't even know who that is. I think that's a big troll.
That's all right. I enjoy it. That's good. Bart Simpson on the other
Man,
line.
you imagine if a player had a name like that?
He would be
Did he go to Moorhead State?
Lady's favorite. Oh, we got another. That's good. I like that. That's hilarious.
I like how he's just candid. He knows your game.
I'm switch hitter, baby.
Is that somewhat a shot at? Is that a shot at the Giants farm system or something?
We'll take it as a shot at him. Let's try to shoot something. I guess. It's something. So, we'll call it Danny Dimes. We'll call him Danny Dimes with the there. With it. Obviously, he's up early in the morning. You know what happens there, so he's thinking stuff. So we got that with the A's Giants there with it as well. All right, I got
number 4.
I just finished Champions by the Bay on YouTube.
Good job, Brian.
Get a wife.
I've read.
Get a wife?
Did Eckersley still?
Life.
He's like a wife.
Did Eckersley still catch it at first base? That's what I wanted. So you got that with it. All right. Should we get it? I was going to try it this week. What would you rather? Let's get it.
Yes.
All right. So we'll have some fun with this. Some sports related, some just random. These are just some ones that came to mind here. All right. Would you rather be the star of a bad team or an average player on an elite team?
What's my salary?
I don't care. That's not the question. Just take that. That's not the question.
I'd rather be a star player. On a bad
I'd rather be a star because I'm assuming my salary would be there.
Well, not with an attitude like that.
No,
What about you,
I'd rather be on a better team, so I'd rather be average on a great team.
Give me the rings. I can sell them later, Tyler. That's then we can sell them to auction. There you go. Give me the ring.
Give me the MVP award.
Give me
Well,
that.
you're not going to get it on a bad team.
And ask Russell Westbrook.
Would you rather lose on television or win when nobody's watching? Would you rather, if you're playing a game,
I'd rather win.
Win with nobody's, or lose on television?
I'd rather lose on television. At least they know that I played.
They got to see that face. You get to see that face of yours. They get to see that. Yeah. Brian?
I gotta say, win with nobody watching.
Nobody's watching. All right. I like that one. It's kind of an interesting one. What would you rather on that one? All right. I got a few more here for us. Would you rather be tall and slow or short and fast?
Ryan and Casey, take this one away.
I'll stick with who I am.
How dare you question my fastness?
Tyler, what would you pick?
I'm slow, so I would rather be taller.
So tall and
slow.
You can't have it all.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the women prefer the tall guys, so I'm gonna go tall and slow.
Tall and slow. All right.
Is
I guess
that
short, not short and fast. Is that what you're saying? Not short and fast. So would you rather be tall and slow or short and fast? Sounds like we got a mixed crowd here.
What about you?
I'd rather be short. Speedy Gonzalez. Give me Speedy Gonzalez. I can run away with it. All right, we go. Would you rather play indoors or outdoors? Anything. Just think.
Like as a child or a sport?
Yeah, just what sport would you rather play indoors? Or, or play basketball? Like, how do you prefer playing things outside or inside?
Like I'd rather play baseball outside. I'd rather play basketball.
Don't overthink
inside.
the question. Just
I'd
rather play inside or
than outdoors.
Outdoors. All right. I'm outdoors with anything. That's where I'm at with it.
Casey, what are you?
I'd rather play outdoors.
A lot of people don't like the wind, though. The wind can be a factor for a lot of these things. If it's golf to Brian, I know I'm not playing in the wind. I know that. If it's windy,
you're not playing indoors either.
I can hit the driving range. My home one that I built.
What about you?
I gotta go indoors personally.
Indoor, really?
Yeah.
All right, Lindor Johnson. All right. Would you rather have everyone you know be able to read your thoughts, or for everyone to know you have access to your internet history?
You
So,
can take my thoughts.
so we don't want to see your internet
You're
history.
gonna see a lot of Joey Taylor
A lot of peanut butter cans.
Would you rather have everyone be able to read your thoughts, or for everyone to know you to have access to your internet history starting right now?
You're
Tyler?
basically reading my
You're basically,
Yeah, I feel like my internet history kind of like shows my thoughts in certain aspects. I'll give you my internet history and keep the rest hidden
you
to
want your
myself.
thoughts in it.
No, I don't want my wife to know what I'm thinking every second of my day. That would suck. I would be in a lot of trouble.
God, she should be third base coach. No, that's good.
I'm gonna say internet history because I don't have anything to hide.
Whoa, nice job, Johnson. We like it. We used to just have it out there.
All right, show it on. Show it right now. Go through your internet.
We want to know the
history on your
internet,
phone.
right? We wanna
Nothing
know.
to hide.
Nothing to hide. John Fisher stuff. No, it's good. All right, so that was one there. I think. Would you rather labor, well, basically work, under hot sun or extreme cold? Which one would you take if you were doing?
I'm gonna go hot, son.
It's a tough one.
I don't think you want to do it, Brian. I think extreme cold's the way to go because there's only so much water you can drink, brother.
God, I hate cold though. I mean, we're talking extreme cold, so I'm thinking
Yeah,
like
Like snow.
Yeah, I guess you
10
don't
degrees or
want
less.
to be like you don't want to be like Kramer. Stick a fork in me, I'm done.
Put a
I
little
mean,
parts in that.
115 in Ukiah, I guess. Pretty hot. Paving, doing asphalt paving. I don't know, man.
So if we're talking extreme heat, we're probably talking like the Middle East, right? We're like the desert.
But so extreme cold, we're talking Antarctica?
We talk Russia, right? We brought Russia up a couple of times. We'll say Russia cold. No, I usually 10 degrees or colder, basically. And so
That both suck. There's no way. I'd go hot sun, but I'm not. And I like the cold, but extreme cold is unbearable if you can't even move.
my fingers. I think I would go cold though. The heat gets to a certain point where it's, I don't know. Cold. I hate the cold. I
don't think you've been in extreme cold, like extreme cold.
It snowed here once in Clover.
Yeah, that's not extreme cold. That's just cold.
It snowed here once. Yeah, no, you're right. I have it. I usually can walk outside with a pair of shorts if I wanted to. You're right. So, yeah, you're probably right. There might be. The only thing is, I'm just thinking I guess there's only so many layers you can put on to work. So,
but I feel like you can put on layer. You can't take off any more layers once you're naked. Like that's it.
Dude, risky working over there. Risky.
And after so many layers, you can't move, so you wouldn't be worthwhile to work anyway.
Be like Ralphie's little brother in the crowd.
Exactly.
You can hold the stop sign up, I guess. Do that.
Hold it sideways.
I got 3 more for you. Would you rather never watch TV again or never listen to music again? Tough one.
I'd rather
two guys that love music out here.
I don't need TV. I don't even have cable, so I'm good.
You'll never be able to watch a sporting event on TV.
I can still listen to it.
That's true.
True.
Tyler?
I'd say never listen to music again.
Yeah, easy for me. Never listen to music.
Really?
Not that it would suck. I wouldn't enjoy it, but I'd rather watch sporting events than.
Man, that means you don't even get to see the March or hear the March Madness song at all.
I don't. I normally turn the channel during commercials and wait for it to get back anyway.
No DMX for Tyler. No more DMX.
No more DMX.
Is the TV muted, or can you because there's no music?
No, you never can watch it again. It's off limits.
No, I'm saying, but the TV, you can't have music for the TV, can you?
Yeah, I can listen to people talk.
Yeah, so if you have TV,
not deaf.
If you have TV, you can watch the TV, or you just can't have you can't listen to music.
I can't get the NBC NBA music. That will be muted.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
What song would you miss the most, Tyler? Is there a go-to? There's got to be something you would miss.
My happy songs build me up, Buttercup. So probably whenever I'm in a bad mood, I put that song on.
Oh gosh, I would love to hear. I'd love to be a fly on the wall in the car. Do you sing of that one?
And then
Just don't
You
call
wouldn't-
somebody a buttercup. That's all.
You wouldn't be able to listen to your entrance, Brian.
Whoa!
it's
It's still my greatest hit. All right. This is kind of a weird one, but I just thought it was: would you rather cry every time you find something funny, or laugh every time you find something sad? So basically, you have two reactions, like my father died. That, or like the extreme opposite of how you would look. Or would you rather cry every time they're saying a joke and you're going dick for a meal? I mean, where would you rather go on this? Like, what would be your
I know
extreme?
some people do have weird reactions to things. They laugh when something's awkward. So.
Like the Joker.
Like the Joker, yeah. It's like the Joker. Well, this would be very awkward because every time we do something laughing, you're crying up a storm on this podcast. And every time somebody says, like, hey, the so-and-so got cancer, you're just laughing. Like, you son of a. Yeah, so, I mean, you have two kind of, where are you at with this case? Which one are you taking?
I would rather cry because I feel like I would get punched every day.
I'm with you. I'd rather cry every time I find something.
You're fired.
Yeah. I just lost my house.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, maybe you don't find that sad though. For some, maybe you're just emotionless and a jerk.
Yeah.
Tyler, what would you go with?
Oh, cry every time I find something funny. I mean, sometimes you cry from something funny anyway, if it's funny enough. So
That's true. Brian?
Yeah, cry every time you find something funny.
All right. So we're on the same page on that one with it. All right, last one I got for you. Thought this in. Would you rather only play in the first 3 quarters or only in the fourth quarter? So I'm not assuming it's a close, which is whatever. It's a game starts. So would you rather so you get the 3 quarters of basketball you get to play, or would you rather coach just sign me up for those final 12 minutes? I don't need to play at all. What would you rather do?
Well, I'd play the first 3. I'd do enough damage. The game's out of control.
It's a very confident answer. Yes, but I would say it's a close game.
Because with Casey, he never passes the ball enough.
We got that.
Whoa.
They'll start crying on us, Casey, just because it's funny. Brian, would you rather play the first 3, get more minutes, or finish out the game with the baby hook to win the game? What do you go with?
I would definitely go only in the fourth, because then you could always hit the game-winning shot and then give Casey a suck it sign.
Brian, the main man.
you need Brian down the stretch to hit those free throws.
So we got to hit those free throws.
The lookaways.
Tyler?
I would.
Tough one.
I think that has to do with who my teammates are. I think I'd rather play in the fourth with nothing. Give me the winning time.
All right, that was good. I think I might try.
Both are good answers.
I think I might try to bring this back for.
You didn't answer.
I'd rather play the first 3 quarters. I'd want more time. I'd want to be able to play more in the fourth quarter. Yes, I agree. It's more fun to finish out the game, but I think I think I'd rather at least be able to dictate the game more in the first 3 quarters and just hold on for dear life at the end. If I was,
I play the first 3 quarters. They're like, here you go, Brian, and give you a big enough lead. Just don't screw it up.
Bear down.
Yeah, but then you watch them screwing it up, and you're like, "There's nothing I can do about this." That sucks.
They'd be like, look at the poop when you shoot.
Shut up. You're done now. I think that was kind of fun. Did you guys like that? I'll try to
bring it back.
Should I bring it back next week? All right. I got some good ones.
Emily does this to me all the time, so I'm just gonna take some of hers.
Would you rather die from a tiger or a lion?
Yeah, something like not that like that.
Would you rather be eaten by thousands of scorpions or that's what Derek said when I asked.
Would you rather fight 100 lions or 100 lions the size of a hamster, or 1 hamster the size of a lion?
The 100 sounds miserable.
I'll take 100 baby lions.
Just fighting them off.
I'd be like, I feel like a big ass scar. I'd be like, come on,
bring it, kicking them.
1 hamster the size of a lion. That's kind of a weird thought. Think of that. All right. So what do you got? What do you guys got for winner and loser of the week? Brian, where do you want to start us off with?
Loser of the week. I'm probably going to go college basketball. It just doesn't interest me anymore. Get some more interesting players in there.
Fair enough. Where do you go with it, Case?
I'm gonna go loser. Unfortunately, have to do it to him. Rick Pitino. God, couldn't let the other Italian beat him. Tough way to go out, man. Just 10 versus 2. I was hoping to see kind of like I just wanted to see a deep run with the OG, but
In Rhode Island too, he loses his old stopping ground there.
yeah, that's right.
Providence. That's a good one. That probably hurts him too, losing to Calipari more than that does sting a little bit. It's got to sting a little bit.
Yeah.
He did beat him when he was at Kentucky and he was at UMass. So he still had that. He still has that way back in the day. But
that's true.
You can tell they're not friends. Let's put it
No.
that way. They're not friends. So that was you're right. That's definitely a loser of the week with it. T, what do you got?
I got the Giants and the New York Giants signing Jameis Winston. Hopefully that's not their solution. And then the whole Aaron Rodgers situation. Anybody involved, the Steelers, Aaron Rodgers himself. I don't know. It sounds like
I thought
a lose-lose situation.
What was it? Somebody came out the other day, or was it who was it? Was it the defensive tackle?
Cam Hayward.
Yeah, he's like, what did he say? Something like either be with us or not. Like he's like, shouldn't be that hard to make a decision on it.
He's like, I'm not going into dark retreats. Just if you want to be a Steeler, be a Steeler. Come play, basically.
Yeah, no, he was kind of up front with that, as I remember seeing with it. So the other Rodgers, going to the Vikings, is he really going to follow Brett Favre everywhere? It's like we go to the Jets and then we go up on the Vikings. Is that like that was? But I don't think he's going to go to the Vikings now.
Don't you think they want to see what they have in McCartney?
I would think so. I would think so.
Yeah,
I would think so. But I don't. I wasn't a big McCarthy guy when they drafted him, but we'll see. Maybe he sat out the year, so maybe that makes a difference with it. I got a couple losers of the week. I got. It's kind of weird having no Pac-10 or 12 in the tournament. Hearing the announcers say UCLA out of the Big Ten, it's like it doesn't sound right. So for me, and then today you got Arizona versus Oregon. That should be a Pac-10, Pac-12 game. Casey already mentioned St. John's had there as well. Just to keep the vibe going, A's ownership, City of Oakland, you get a loser of the week as we're getting closer to it, ripping the soul out of it
every week.
And then Cal and Stanford hoops. And I mean it by this. I know they didn't play this week, or they are probably playing some NIT 4 version of the tournament.
The women's lost.
They lost yesterday, Cal, too. But for the men, Stanford hasn't – they've only been in the tournament 3 times since 2005 season. So they've only made 3 of them. Their last one came in 2013 as a 10 seed. That's when Stanford last run.
Dwight Powell?
Yeah, it might have been Dwight Powell that era with it. He was the last one. They were the last ones to make it on that year. Let me see if Dwight Powell was on that team. He was. Let's see. Who was on that team? They actually lost to Dayton in the semifinal. That was the last time they made it. The players on their team were they had Randall. Yep, Dwight Powell was on that team. He was the guy. He went 6 for 9 in that one. Cal has been there. Cal's been there 5 times or 8 times since 2005, but they've only made it 1 time in the last 10 years. 2015, that was when Jaylen Brown was on the team, and they lost in the first round to Hawaii. Jaylen Brown, I looked at the games. He played 17 minutes, fouled out, and went 1 for 6 from the field. That was his last game at Cal as they lose to Hawaii. So just Bay Area hoops, like just in general, it's like God it sucks. I wish they were better, So it is what
Mike Montgomery's trying to build it back
up. Mark Madsen for Cal. So Cal hoops. I was looking online, man. Pretty bad stuff there. Those are my losers of the week. Brian, winner of the week.
My winner of the week is this podcast. We didn't talk any Warriors chalk talk this week, so that's the winner of the week. And the other winner of the week is King James is back, so rejoice, Laker fans.
Stop talking NBA. I don't want to hear about it anymore. No,
what was your NBA fact of the week?
Statement of the week. It's not a fact of the week.
Statement of the week. Jimmy Butler doesn't think that the Miami game's a big deal. Is that a good fact of the week?
Yeah. Brian, are you a LeBron fan now?
I'm not a LeBron. I'm a Laker fan, not a LeBron fan. But I just like to twist your guys' tits on the air.
I
Whoa.
thought you're like John Cena.
That
You
hurt.
pulled that.
Well, yeah, John Cena. He was
Warriors fans, you get nothing.
you get nothing. You'll like it. Who did we lose to? We lost to the Hawks last night. Who else did they lose to this week? Lost to,
Did you see Trey
Denver.
Young?
We lost to Denver. That was the other one.
Did you see Trey Young walk like 10 steps in that game?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was insane.
Yeah, that's same momentum going into half.
He went to the 3-point line to the half-court line without dribbling. I've never seen it before. They did call it.
I think Giannis did that one time in Duncan.
Going backward, the wrong way from the hoop, though. He wasn't going towards the hoop. He was going the other way. So it wasn't like a move.
Step back. Step back with it. So Brian, no Warriors chalk talk. You got lucky this week with it. Case, what's your winner of the week?
Josh Giddey.
Oh, you stole my winner of the week.
My bad.
You're good.
Yeah, 15 points, 10 dimes, or 17 dimes, 10 rebounds and 8 steals. Almost ended up with a quadruple. And demolished the Lakers, just cherry on top. So suck it, Brian.
Is that the behind the back move, that baseline that he had yesterday?
I think the Lakers were more worried about they like the end of the game. So he said, it's going forward. Watch out, NBA. We're coming.
Is Bronny James? I love how they're all talking up Bronny James. He's like 17 points. I was like,
they lost by 15.
30. I was like, they lost by like 30. How are we giving
you owe this man an apology. He scored 17 points.
Why is his name out of my mouth? So Josh Giddey, Tyler, you got another one?
Let me just hop on. Let me even take this further. Josh Giddey in the month of March, 21 points, 9.3 assists, 9.8 rebounds, shooting 80% from three and 52.3% from the field. This guy's turned his career around since that tragic whatever that was on Oklahoma City. He's been unbelievable the last month. He's almost averaging a triple-double this month.
That's pretty impressive.
Even
that guy too. What's that dude?
Colby White.
Aviada or whatever.
He was on the Wizards. Now he's
Avatar.
These guys unreal. I was like 38 and 17. I was like, where are these guys coming from?
Get off the Wizards. Good stuff happens. Get off,
Get off the Wizards like Jordan Poole. Your career dies.
I
look at his stats sometimes. There's another loser of the week. Jordan Poole 1 for 11, 3-point. It's just like
he had a game winner. He had a game winner versus Denver last week. I had winner of the week. I actually randomly went to me and Hannah we went to went to the Hopland yesterday. Like not this
Shokawa Casino.
We did not go to Shokawa, but they actually randomly have some good food down there. They have like 12 random restaurants you would think in this small little place. But we went there yesterday. Had some. It was actually kind of fun. Went to Hopland. So shout out Hopland. I never thought I'd say that. They actually had some good stuff there with it. Draymond Green, his defense versus Giannis the other day was pretty special. I keep saying this age as well. I've been saying it for years. He is like Rodman. Like they are different, but they are very much alike in like their personalities, what they mean to their teams, doing all the little things. I could not be more right about it every time I watch. The only difference is obviously the rebounding by Rodman, but they're so similar in a lot of different ways. So I just feel like that just keeps aging like fine wine, that comparison. So I like that one. Give myself a little pat on the back there.
I'd say pump the brakes on that comparison.
Brian, he might be better than Rodman when it's all said and done. No, I'm just kidding. Gonzaga, I know they lost yesterday, but like would they have 9 straight Sweet 16s? I was thinking, are they the greatest little, and this basketball related, not football or anything, greatest little school? And aren't like they were nothing when we were young, to then be a great considered like, yeah, they haven't won a championship, but they're definitely considered one of the top programs in the nation. They're always there. Even last night, they take Houston to the break. Like it's not like St. Mary's or something like that. Like, are they one of the greatest little schools, Tyler, than to become a legit school in our lifetime? Like, I gotta think it is. Like, I was really, it's not from a big conference. It's I don't know. Like, I can't think of anybody else off the top of my head.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody.
Where I'm like, oh, this. Like St. Mary's isn't like that. You know what I mean? They're not like that. I mean,
Villanova was too big before
they had won a championship. I don't know. I just think like they're like legit now every year, right? Mark Few has them. And as soon as Mark Few leaves, they'll probably change a little bit. But I don't know.
You can
like,
make an argument for Houston because they weren't. I mean, I guess they had Clyde and Hakeem for a year or two. So
and
never
they
mind. That
weren't they in
doesn't
the
make it.
Final Four a couple of years ago too? But yeah, you're right. They
Yeah,
made
but
it.
that's a couple of years. So was Gonzaga. I mean, that's what I mean. Houston, when we were, but they had the Hakeem thing, so that throws that out.
I don't know. I just think
I think
Gonzaga,
Gonzaga definitely.
they did have John Stockton, I guess, but they weren't as good from those days. So they had that with it. And then my final one, I had took Thursday, Friday off. Did a lot of walking, Brian. Probably walked about 14 miles in 3 days up the hill. Feel refreshed a little bit. Do have a damn cold I'm fighting, but we're good with that. So those are my winners of the week this week with it.
No, I got
What do you got?
finally
One
got
case?
the MRI. So we'll see
Oh,
what
whoa, MRI, baby.
How's the
they say?
damage?
I find out tomorrow. They said you gotta wait 2 business days or something like that. So.
And Tyler, have you ever worked a retail job, or
Retail?
just
No,
or
I'm
just
customer
restaurant?
service.
All right, Brian, I know you've done a few retail jobs along the way, right? Like we're helping customers. Casey, have you ever had to do one like that? I know.
Housekeeping for, I mean,
That's not
yes, I
retail.
guess. I don't know how you want
That's
to.
Retail is selling like stuff.
Well, like, I saw this. Give me like 50 seconds with this guy. There's one little cuss word in it, so forgive me for that one. But I don't know why this one just cracked me up a little bit. This guy with this video I saw. Maybe you guys saw it online, but I just thought it was pretty hilarious. So give me. If you've seen it, bear with me on it. But here we go.
You think I own this business? You think I own IKEA? I'm a part-time employee halfway through a 2-week notice. I don't give a shit. I'm telling all my friends not to shop here. Tell them. You think I want 5 other yous running around the store? Have them call me. I'll tell them. You think you hate this place more than me? I work here. I know the sale ended last week. Can I still get a discount? Do you hear yourself? We can't go backwards. Time marches on. You want the sale from 15 years ago, too? When's it end, Diane? You want that price? You're going to have to go through the quantum realm with Ant-Man. You know how much money I spend here? More than you should. Meatballs ain't that good. Save your money and my time. Doesn't matter how much you spend here. We don't thank our donors. This isn't PBS. Every time I come here, my order gets messed up. Then stop coming. Make my day. Every time you come here, your order's messed up. Sounds like you're making the mistake. Look inward. You're ordering the wrong shit. I'd like to speak to your manager.
What a haircut.
I don't know why that one cracked me up. I just love the music too with it. Like
The music sets the tone.
look inward. Look inward. You're right. You might be ordering the wrong thing. Look inward. I just like that one. It's such a good video with that stuff, like retail. I love it. Don't come here anymore. anymore. Right. Can I get the discount that ended 10? You want to go back 15 years, Diane? You want to go back? But that was good stuff there with it. All right, guys, good show this week. We'll be back at it next week. Opening day will be upon us, Johnson, when we do it. So we'll see where the A's are at next week, if they got off to a good start against the Cubbies or not.
Or we can get into some Braves talk with Casey. Who knows?
Some Braves talk, some TBS Braves talk along the way with it. Tyler, good luck today. Bear down.
Bear carry.
Carry. How we get there with it. All right, you guys have a good week. All right, we'll talk to you guys next time on